until you figure out what works best for you. 5. Using your body to influence your emotions. Our bodies change our minds change our behavior, and our behavior changes our outcomes. Amy Cuddy. Social psychologist. Body language and body posture. By changing your body language and your body posture, you can alter the way you feel. When you are confident or happy, you expand your body and make yourself bigger. Have you noticed how men straighten their backs, expand their chests, and tighten their stomachs when they see an attractive woman? That's an unconscious behavior designed to show confidence and power, the same way gorillas pound their chests. In one of her experiments, Amy Cuddy, a social psychologist at Harvard Business School, showed that participants who adopted a high-power pose for just 2 minutes displayed characteristics similar to those of confident and powerful people. More specifically, she noticed the following hormonal changes. After adopting a high-power pose for 2 minutes, testosterone increased by 25%. Cortisol decreased by 10%, and risk tolerance increased, with 86% of participants choosing to partake in a game of chance. After adopting a low-power pose for 2 minutes, testosterone decreased by 10%. Cortisol increased by 15%, and risk tolerance decreased, with only 60% of participants choosing to partake in a game of chance. As you can see, you can actually change the way you feel merely by changing your body posture or facial expression. It is what some people call, fake it until you make it. For instance, you can put a smile on your face to make you feel happier. Conversely, you can negatively affect your mood and even create a depression by changing your body posture. David K. Reynolds, in his book Constructive Living, explained how he changed his identity for his alter ego, David Kent, and created a depressed, suicidal patient. The goal was to be accepted as an anonymous patient into various psychiatric facilities to assess them from the inside. Note that he wasn't simulating depression, he was actually depressed. Psychological tests proved it. Here is how he created depression. Depression can be created by sitting slouched in a chair, shoulders hunched, head hanging down. Repeat these words over and over. There's nothing anybody can do. No one can help. It's hopeless. I'm helpless. I give up. Shake your head, sigh, cry. In general, act depressed and the genuine feeling will follow in time. David K. Reynolds, Constructive Living. The benefits of exercising. According to Michael Otto, professor of psychology at Boston University, failing to exercise when you feel bad is like explicitly not taking an aspirin when your head hurts. When the time came for David Kent to bring David K. Reynolds back to life, what do you think he needed to do? He needed to change his body position. Easy to say but hard to do when you're clinically depressed. Of course, he knew that better than anybody else. Still, he had to force himself to become physically active, despite not wanting to do so. As he started increasing his physical activity and getting busy, he felt better and better until he fully recovered. David Kent's story shows that regular exercising improves not only your physical well-being, but also your mood. Studies have shown that exercising can treat mild to moderate depression as effectively as antidepressants. In one study, James Blumenthal, a clinical psychologist at Duke University, assigned sedentary adults with major depressive disorders to one of 4 groups: supervised exercise, home-based exercise, antidepressant therapy, or a placebo pill. After 4 months, Blumenthal found that patients in the exercise and antidepressant group had the highest rates of remission. In his conclusions, he stated that exercise has more or less the same effect as antidepressants. When he followed up with the same patients a year later, Blumenthal discovered that people who were still exercising regularly had lower depression scores than people who only exercised sporadically. Exercise seems to not only help treat depression, but also to prevent relapse. So, when it comes to mastering your emotions, make sure exercising is part of your toolbox. Fortunately, you don't have to run 10 miles a day to reap the benefits of exercise. Simply walking for 30 minutes, 5 days a week can work wonders. According to research published in PLOS Medicine, 2.5 hours moderate exercise a week could add 3.25 years to your lifespan. Another study of 5,000 people in Denmark showed that individuals who exercised regularly lived 5 to 7 years longer than sedentary counterparts. As for the benefits of exercising on your mood, they are both immediate and long-term. Professor of psychology, Michael Otto, says you usually derive a mood enhancement effect within 5 minutes of partaking in moderate exercise. And, as we've just seen, exercising regularly improves your long-term mental health and can be as effective as antidepressants. What about you? What activity are you going to take on to improve your mental and physical health? 6. Using your thoughts to influence your emotions. You become what you think about all day long. RLPH